If I could save time in a bottle, the first thing that I'd like to do is to save every day till eternity passes away, just to spend them with you. If I could make days last forever, if words could make wishes come true, I'd save every day like a treasure, and then again I would spend them with you. But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find them. I've looked around enough to know you're the one I want to go through.
I think the realization is that marriage isn't only a state of being, it's a state of becoming. And that as you have the light to see, you know, you have a little light, it's going to become in a minute it's going to become a greater light. Well, this is New Testament idea of who's the greatest, you know, when you come under one, we're becoming one thing, and then we're becoming this greater good together, and the question becomes, well, who gets to be in charge of who? And the idea is that everyone is subservient to the light. That's what you serve. The greatest is he who serves. What do you serve? The light, the higher thing. You don't have the light, but you're looking down and saying, by the way, I'm the light. Come to me. Looking up to looking for the light. A constant recognition of insufficiency. And of reorienting, and of continuing to reorient. And to confine yourself, no matter what, which is so much of our, when we negotiate, which is what marriage entails, and if you don't know this, you'll find it out. Amen. Endless negotiation. Typical negotiation is, I give up this insofar as I see that. Before this time period, I want a 2-year recurring contract. This is my out, by the way. And, you know, this is the fine print. Well, you're approaching the point of no return. There is no out. And this is what an idea occurred to me when I was talking to my wife about this. Insufficiency I realized in myself was, when you say, I'm not going anywhere, no matter what, it isn't clear whether that constitutes a promise or a threat. If someone walked into your house and told you, by the way, I'm here and I'm not going anywhere no matter what, there's nothing you can do to make me leave. Well, you test that theory, let's say. But what I realize is it depends on how you're oriented. So, because there's great strength and promise in that. If there's nothing you can do, there's nothing you can tell me that I'm ever going to forsake you. There's no way you can be. There's tremendous strength and uplift in that idea. When everything matters, there's nothing that you're not willing to go through. When you know you're in it forever, well, you're best off heading to the light. Otherwise, you're stuck forever in the dark. So, how much are you willing to limit yourselves to that end? How much limitation, how much constraint are you willing to take on to that end? That's not a question I just lay at you either. I laid it at my own feet, by the way, but this is information to you today. And we're going to find out.
I met you in 2015 on a wildland fire. You were a fire medic and I was a hotshot. I affected a quiet, stoic disposition. And when you spoke to me, I was struck by the warmth of your voice. Then we parted, never to see each other again. Well, I took stock of the situation and discovered your name on the fire's incident action plan. Name in hand, I did what any modern social media suitor would and found your Facebook profile. My opening line read, "Heather, I don't typically make a habit of Facebook stalking, but in this case I have a proposition. In exchange for a jar of your homemade blueberry jam, I offered a choice of sandhill crane, black bear, and salmon from the Ferguson family freezer. This was not as totally crazy as it might sound, since you already had raised the possibility of a blueberry jam delivery. We stayed in contact over the summer, and in the fall you somehow accepted my offer and drove 350 miles from Wasilla to Delta to deliver that jar of blueberry jam. When I consider how little I actually knew you when we met, the unlikely chain of events that followed, and the particular fit of our two souls, I was struck by the beautiful wonder of it all. Heather, your soul shines a radiant light. It is an intimation of things eternal. I saw it when you beamed with happiness as we did yard work in Las Vegas for your 86-year-old grandmother. I saw it in your childlike joy as we chased the northern lights around the Matsu Valley late into the night. I see it in your easy excitability, and I see it in your exceedingly tender heart. And knowing how quickly time passes, and that a good life is properly judged from the end of life looking back, I promise to bring under that same radiant light all of my defects of pride, vanity, and selfishness, that our love, fully purified, is fully realized. Within us all there is, I think, a sense that we are not now all that it is possible for us to be. We wish to be known as completely formed human beings, but beneath our veneer is the natural condition of the soul's restless striving of its struggle toward the light. Heather, I commit to be the kind of husband that treasures the moral life within you. I treasure that life by the wisdom to distinguish what in the quiet of your soul is properly left alone because it is delicate in its germ, from that separate life which takes from active encouragement its vital nourishment. Heather, I take you as my wife with faith and without foreknowledge. The future beckons, more promise than menace, I hope. I take you with faith that honesty over time creates a strong foundation of trust. I take you with faith that our lives have higher purpose, that we might adopt a mode of being oriented to truth, and from this truth form a common aim. The tensions rise, and though the little vessel of our marriage should run against the rocks, I promise to communicate openly and honestly and to prize reconciliation over injury. And though from neglect or bitterness our marriage could drift, in the words of Dylan Thomas, gently into that good night, I promise to rage against the dying light. Heather, I can't wait to begin my life.
Benjamin, there was no question to me the day we met that our meeting was divinely led. There was, however, no way of knowing how profoundly that meeting would change the course and depth of our lives. Since you and I met, you have blessed me ceaselessly your kindness, generosity, patience, and spirited nature, I have felt protected and loved. You seek the truth within yourself and the world. This seeking has deepened the understanding I have of myself and of the world. Since meeting your family, there has been no end to the grace, love, and generosity they have shown to me and my family. From the beginning, because of all this, all of these things, and many more, my heart has overflowed, and the well of my soul has greatly deepened. Our love has developed through attraction and desire. And now we stand together at the foot of the mountain, with God as our guide to the greater love, which is charity. We will have ample opportunity to approach this love. Of this I am sure. As we grow in this journey, our love will pull away that which is less than itself and reveal each other's goodness and potential, as it has already begun to do. It is the kind of love which brings light forth into the world and takes not for itself. It is with this love, under the witness of God, my Father, and all of those who are gathered here today, that I take you as my husband and make the following vow. Benjamin, I vow to be truthful to you and to help you find the truth and beauty of the world. I vow to be loyal to our marriage and faithful to you. I vow to honor and respect you and your family. I vow to persevere with you in times of peace and conflict, and to be with you through all suffering and joy that reflect on grace. I vow to make sacrifices when necessary to the betterment of our family. And Benjamin, I vow to love you with all the charity and mercy that I can give for all the days of our lives.
With this ring I thee wed.
With this ring I be with.
This ring I thee wed.
Oh,
What's that?
Sorry. From this day to the end of my days,
from this day to the end of my days,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Family, the ring on her finger. With this ring I thee wed.
This ring I thee wed.
From this day
From this day
unto the end of my days,
unto the end of my days,
so help me God.
so help me God.
For life. By the power vested in me, by God and interweb ordination, I declare you man and wife. Make us the bride. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. and Mrs. Benjamin Rowe, Judah Ferguson.